What is up, everybody? Oh, that is the wrong screen over there. There we go. You guys know I always like to start this show off by showing love to those companies who make this show possible. Guys, first and foremost is going to be my old faithful that has been with me since the beginning, my friends over at Yellow Jacket. Guys, you're making that summer money. You're looking for new tools to buy, some new things to go out there and help you get the job done while you're out there. All I ask you is give Yellow Jacket a look. They have some great new products out. I have been using them, I can't tell you how long. Some of the first things I ever bought, vacuum pump, gauges. I still think that they have the best analog manifold that was ever made. Everybody's using digital now. I have a few things here behind us that I'm giving away in conjunction with Bluon. Their new wireless manometer, all that stuff is amazing, guys. Let me hurry up and read this real fast. As most of you know, I'm a second generation HVAC tech, 20 plus years in the trade, but I always think back to those days of working with my dad that I cherish so much. My dad always said, your tools are an extension of yourself. If you buy quality tools and take care of them, they'll take care of you. Most of the time, you only have to buy them once. Well, that brand I think back to is Yellow Jacket. They've been making quality products for 70 years and counting, and making them right here in the US of A. If you're looking for quality tools that you can depend on and get the job done, look no further than Yellow Jacket. Yellow Jacket has been trusted by my family for generations now, and we don't plan on stopping anytime soon. Remember, 70 years of expertise built into every mother freaking tool. All right, we got a few. Oops, sorry. Clicked on the wrong one. We have a few. I'm going to read them all tonight, man, real fast. Next is Bluon. Guys, I am so pumped when it comes to Bluon. We have so many things planned for you guys to do, coming up to be able to do for you guys. It is going to be freaking awesome. Bluon is a new sponsor of the podcast. Bluon is a perfect sponsor. As we all know, we're about the same thing, empowering HVAC techs to be better and have better lives. We all know Bluon for having the best app to get us manuals and info when we need it, and having the best tech support out there, hands down. Now Bluon has taken it up a notch, giving you access to the exact part list and part numbers for over 300,000 plus model numbers, and then letting you order their parts directly from your local supply house. You guys aren't going to believe how easy and awesome this is. Bluon has done all the research for you and the supply house. All you need to do is find the right model number, and Bluon takes care of the rest. You can even send requests to suppliers who don't carry the brand you are working on, because Bluon gives you, that supply house, the cross-reference info and options so that they can get you a 100% compatible part that they carry. How fucking cool is that? Bluon just keeps raising the bar on how they support techs in the field. As we all know, Bluon is 100% free to techs forever. But what you didn't know is that when you order parts from your local supply house using Bluon, they get paid a small fee. This is how they can keep giving all of us all the amazing free support. You get to support Bluon by making the choice that only you can make, to order parts on Bluon. It will save you tons of time, frustration, and you will never get the wrong part again. And you will contribute to the Bluon community, which is here to serve techs. Pretty fucking amazing. Bluon rocks out. They are amazing from the top down. All right, let me hurry up because I had awesome guests, but, you know, we got to pay these bills here. You know what I mean? Guys, CompanyCam, another one that is absolutely amazing. CompanyCam, the only app every HVAC company needs. CompanyCam makes it dead simple to communicate, document, and problem solve with your technicians, no matter where you are. CompanyCam brings documentation, communication, and liability protection together in one simple, easy-to-use app for you and your entire team. Take unlimited photos and videos, share custom reports, create flawless before and afters, and even communicate and share progress with property owners with galleries and project timelines, all from your smartphone. CompanyCam is the only app every HVAC company needs. Check it out at companycam.com/HVAC Uncensored. Go get a free 14-day trial, and if you like it, they will give you 50% off your first 2 months for being a part of Uncensored Nation. All right, last one. Let's be quick. One of the newest ones is going to be Chiirp. Guys, you need to And I'll talk about that with our guest. I'd love to get his opinion because I know he does something like this. Maybe not this company, but I know that he does it. Chiirp, automation in your business. And I've learned this from people like the guest today, that your existing customer base, that's your gold mine. That's where your money is. If you're outbounding, you're staying in communication with them. We have tried tons of products and they've just never quite done what we wanted to do, how we wanted to do it. Chiirp does that. It sends text messages to our customers, emails, ringless voicemails. We can customize it for all different campaigns when we go out for a service call, a sales call, a maintenance, you name it, random specials, however we want to do it so that we can stay in contact with our family, the people that are going to call us when something breaks, and the ones that are going to give us those big ticket items, how we're going to grow the company and make revenue. All right. Chiirp as well. If you go to www.chiirp.com/HVAC Uncensored, my good buddy over there, Ryan Fenn, will give you 50% off your first 3 months. All right. Fucking bills are paid. All right. Check's been written. We're good. Let's get this pledge so we can get this show rocked out. We have an awesome guest. You guys know what the fuck it is. You saw it. All right. So let's get on with this. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God bless the United States, and thank you to all those men and women who defend it.
Five, four, three, two, one. Go!
Welcome to the #1 rated HVAC podcast. If you're looking to grow in the HVAC industry, then you're in the right spot. Blue collar people talking about blue collar shit. Let's get better together. So turn up the volume, buckle your seatbelt, and let's welcome your host, Gil KV Jr.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the HVAC Uncensored Podcast. I am your host, Gil KV Jr. Special episode on this Thursday night. Thank you guys for being here. Great show, man. This guy that we have tonight has been a multiple-time guest. I know you guys know who he is. He is fucking tearing up the game. And while he's tearing it up, at the same time, he's giving back to the community, helping other people fucking tear it up and grow their businesses. Us at Beltway being one of them, learning so much from this guy that's helped us be able to put processes and things in place to be able to move forward with that. So without further ado, let's put your hands together and introduce Mr. Victor Rancour. What's up, brother?
What's up, brother, man? Thanks for having me on again. I think this is my third time on the podcast.
Yeah, it's definitely third or fourth. It's definitely up there, man. Obviously, I love having you on, man. Welcome back. I know you're a busy man. It's always something going on. It's like Victor's doing this. It's like, how do you do that? You know, like it's changing the game in some way.
Yeah, man. I mean, obviously, you know, I never really sit still or never really settle, you know, just like a lot of you technicians out there, man. Like every day in this industry, I've learned something new. And that's why, like, you go 6 months, man, we've evolved. If you're a technician or a sales guy, whatever it is, or even a business owner, you evolve so much over time. And that's what my journey's been about is evolution. How do I keep recreating myself, making something better, making it better for my life, my family, my business, my employees, anybody. So, man, like I said, I got a little bit more different stuff than last time, and I'm excited to share it with you guys.
Yeah, for sure. So I guess if there is anybody out there, well, I'm sorry. Hello to everyone in the chat. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys for being here. Real fast, if you didn't see it, that song that you heard playing, go check out that band. It is called Rise Among Rivals. That is actually, the lead singer is our install manager, Dave. They are fucking rock stars, an amazing band. So go check them out. Spotify, YouTube, whatever it is. Rise Among Rivals. That is, yeah, it's some good stuff. So check that out. Thank you, everybody. If you have questions for Victor, please make sure you put it in all caps, and my moderators will let me know to make sure that I ask Victor those questions. Yeah, Vic, if any of these people have been living under a rock for the last 3 years, I guess let them know a little bit about who Victor Rancour is.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like I said, I like to always introduce myself, man. Like you're never too big, and every room I go into, I don't feel like I'm any special than anyone else, man. I was a technician just like the rest of you guys. I got in the industry 7 years ago in March 2015. Knew nothing about HVAC. Didn't know what HVAC stood for. All I knew is that I answered a Craigslist ad, and they said I could make a bunch of money. And originally I thought it was bullshit. And then I found out real quickly it wasn't. So, I've been doing this for 7 years. Started as a service technician, knowing nothing about HVAC, worked my way up, got really into my first year, I spent a lot of time just getting really technical because I firmly believe that if you have the technical side down, there's nothing else you got to worry about in the house. Like once you get that part down, everything else I walk into a house now, I can fix everything. Whatever it is, I can fix it. Now I can just worry about communicating with that customer, and it takes a lot of that pressure off me. So, just a lot of people don't realize like my back end, I'm NATE certified. I've been through a lot of training. I've gone to Arkansas, the Build a Tech program. I've traveled all over to become a really good technician. And I worked my way up as a technician, as a tune-up guy, then becoming the repair guy, senior technician, and then I evolved into the sales position, which I thrived in, really quickly. So just like you guys, just regular technician. I started I think I was 33 now. So I was, 26 years old, got in the industry and really quickly realized that this is where I belong. I knew the second they showed me the pay plan, I knew it was where I belonged. But as soon as I saw that pay plan, I knew that I was going to be able to take care of my family for as long as I live. And I worked my ass off to get there. Within, about a year, I became a selling technician. I worked my way up through one of the best organizations in the country, which is Service Champions out here on the West Coast. And they trained me well, man. And thank you to Leland. I actually texted Leland for the first time in 4.5 years on the way over to my podcast room today, just to say, thank you, man, for giving me the opportunity. I haven't talked to him since he sued me. But I just reached out. I said, man, yeah. I said, thank you, brother, for everything, blah, blah, blah. Because he just retired. He just stepped down as a CEO. And I kind of wanted to reach out and show some respect for everything that not only did for me, but anybody on the West Coast that knows Leland and knows Service Champions. He changed the entire Southern California demographic. I would say 25% of the best companies out here, or the bigger companies, were started from people that he trained from scratch. So, hats off to that guy. Congrats on your retirement. Congrats on what you built, close to $1 billion business, which is badass. So beyond that, worked my way up, became a selling technician. I started becoming Airtime 500, number one selling tech in the country very quickly. I think my second month as a tech or selling tech. Worked my way up from there. And from there, I went on to a new business, got recruited, got paid a hell of a lot of money to go work for somebody else. Made that guy a shit ton of money for 9 months. And then I started my business out here, which we're coming up on 4 years next month. So we're about to be 4 years in business. We've done over $40 million in revenue. This year, we're probably going to hit anywhere between the $16 to $20 million range. So that's where I'm at on the business side. I've also got some other ventures that we've talked about before. I do sales training. So I was doing national sales training. Now I do mostly in-house sales training. A company called Service, a communication tool for technicians and sales guys to become better sales communicators in the house. It also helps on technical skills, but our main focus on that is how do I learn high-level communication? What do the top guys in the country say when a customer says certain things, or how do they go out processes, stuff like that we have in the app. And that's changed a lot of people's lives. We have over 1,000 technicians on that app now. And we've seen people, double, triple their revenue, double their profits. And that's been fantastic. So if you guys haven't checked that out, go to serviceheroacademy.com. You can sign up for lifetime access, unlimited videos. We're always updating it. It's only $500 for an individual user for life. If you guys want to sign up for that. So that's what I've been doing. That's where I'm at now. And like I said, I want to come on because it's been a little while since we talked. So.
Yeah, for sure. I always love having you on, man, playing catch up. Yeah, the app, the Service Hero app is amazing. You guys heard me talking about that a little while back, which I still do. And I can't tell you, Victor, how many people, and I've sent you some of the messages, people hit me up like, oh my God, this is fucking awesome. Like I was watching videos while I was at a customer's house and stuff like that. So that really is a game changer. And I know people are like, oh, well, some of this stuff isn't crazy. I'm like, yeah, but you start with those small things and you work your way up. You know what I mean? Some of these like so-called know-it-alls, and the importance of the communication, like we've sent almost all our guys, except for maybe a few, to your trainings, whether it's been California, Ohio. every single one of them has came back, and it's funny. They all say this. They're like, when you sent me there, I thought I was going to go out and see a bunch of like sales bullshit, like a bunch of like, oh, like grimy things, blah, blah, blah. They're like, it's nothing like that. I'm like, that's why people need to see things in person, because your perception is 100% wrong.
Yeah, and like I said, I built my legacy, my reputation off doing. There's so much honest work out there, man. There's so much honest way to communicate to customers. Our job is to educate them, and I teach people a way to educate it to where it makes it the customer's decision. And when they leave there, my goal is that they know more and they're more educated than when I got there. And if they decide to go with me, that's great. I'm very good at verbalizing and communicating on why they need to go with me and why they should go now. And that's why you make the big bucks, right? Like, you don't get to make $500,000, $1 million a year selling shit unless you're a very good communicator and you're able to get them to make that decision that day. And, a lot of the stuff we're about to roll out on the app is a lot of that stuff is, how do I get that person to buy today? Because a lot of guys, they're going to call me back. And I saw a meme on social media the other day, and it was a guy saying, oh man, that lead sounded really good. They're going to give me a call back. And he's looking in the mirror and he's got a clown face on, because they ain't calling you back. So that's what that's about. And then now I'm focused heavily on my business, man. I got a great business out here. I got the best, like literally the best staff I can ever imagine right now. Like I was telling you, I want to say I have 16. I might have 17 service and sales guys. We've been averaging over $120,000 a month, or $120,000 a day over the last 12 days. We're going to do over $3 million in July with that staff. Like, we don't have a giant staff, but we have a fucking staff full of. I tell people all the time, I would rather have a small staff of lions than a giant staff of sheep, right? Like, I would rather have the guys that are just dogs that go in day and day out. They're going to follow the process. They're going to do things the right way. And then we just train nonstop, man. Like, it's relentless. We're doing every single day. We're training communication processes. And then we got people holding each other accountable. It's just like, the energy is great, man. Like, I have a guy, his brother came to one of my business coaching seminars in December, right? And we had an after party thing. And he's like, hey, can I bring my brother with me? And he's from up north, and he brought his brother with him, and his brother's there at dinner. And he's like, dude, I heard about you. And he's a big chunky guy, like real soft spoken. He's like, I want a job. And I said, what? I'm like, HVAC? He's like, no, but I want a job. Can I have a job? That's how he talked, like real, like monotone, like, yeah, you're going to give me a job. And so I gave him an opportunity. And I wasn't sure at first. He seemed like a nice guy. Gave an opportunity, and he was living at that point. He was living in a halfway house, and he was living off a $40 a month food budget. $40 in California, like, you make McDonald's cost more than that, dude. And so now, just in the last week, he's made, I want to say it was like $11,000 or $12,000 in the last week. And this is the opportunity these guys have, and it's just so fucking cool to see them change. So that's where I'm at now. That's my drive and my passion, is watching these guys just change their lives. So.
That's amazing. Well, and one thing, Vic, I give all the credit to you. We give all the credit to you that, the communication part became huge for us, because it doesn't matter what you can fix. I was a good communicator. I'm not going to sit here and, I didn't do it to the level that guys like you and some other guys did, but I was good at communicating. I could fix a lot of stuff, but I couldn't teach other people what I did. So learning a way to be able to tell, now I'm in a management position, I run a company, and I got to teach these guys how to do that. It was hard. So learning your system and being like, hey, this is how we do it. And something as simple as a fucking notepad is amazing. You know what I mean? Like, and now I love it as a leader, as a manager. When guys have that aha moments, when they're doing it, it's not working, they're eating shit sandwiches, and all of a sudden, oh my God, man, I got a $2,000 ticket. Next call, $2,500. Hey man, I just sold a $20,000 system. It's like, you're fucking getting it, my man. You're fucking getting it. Keep grinding.
Dude, that's my favorite part of it now. Like, I'm 4 years into business, and I'm always something to work on, man. But like, I found where I'm important, right? Like, I got great managers, I got a great general manager, I got all these people in place. Where do I fit in? Like, and I enjoy it. I enjoy coming in every morning and get grinding on these guys and teaching them something new. And I feel like every day we all, like, when you guys get in a big room of guys that are really hungry, you all learn from each other. And one of the big things I always teach guys is like, you don't have to remember everything I do. Take three things you can implement today that is going to make a difference today. And that's what changed me in this industry, is that I would go into these meetings at Service Champions, and we were just like, it was every day was something new. They were learning something. And I would just take bits and pieces. And I'd be like, hey, that'll work. Let me go try it. And I would try it right away. It wouldn't be, oh, I'm going to wait on it. No, that next call, I'm going to implement it and see if it works. And if it works, then I'm going to make it part of my process. And that's where I came in to start building these little things. And then my big thing when I train guys is teaching them the why behind it, right? Like, nobody gives a shit about what you think unless they know why, what's in it for them, right? What's in it for me? And once they can figure out what's in it for me, and I tell guys, I said, look, you can do whatever the fuck you want on the call, right? But if you do what I tell you, you're going to make millions of dollars more. Okay, you're going to make millions of dollars more in your career if you listen to say what I do, because I've already went through it. I've already proven it day after day after day. And I'm a relentless motherfucker. Like, when it came to being a technician and a sales guy, like, people would say, like, I remember my brother would work for me. He's like, oh, I'm over here at this call. I'm going to go and check it out. He's like, oh, there's nothing really going on over here. Like, blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden I'm there for 30 minutes and they're signing a $20,000 check. And he's like, what the fuck did you just do? I said, bro, like, I have a process and I know how to get people to buy shit. Like, that's what I do. And he's like, I've never, like, my brother's a trainer now, and he's a recruiter for me. And he tells these guys, like, dude, just shut the fuck up. Victor's going to come teach you how to make some money. And that's what I do. And that's what I love to do. And it's just been, I think that the hard part for me is that sales part is going to be my legacy in this industry. But my path, like, I'm going to prove to everybody that not only am I one of the best sales trainers in this industry, but I'm one of the best operators that's ever done it. And it's what's going to happen over the next 10 years. You guys are going to find out, like, when you guys are talking about the Goodriches and all these other guys, they're going to start talking about me in that same breath. And they're going to start thinking, like, oh shit, this guy wasn't fucking around.
That's fucking awesome, man. It's before, I want to make sure I asked this before I forget. Here, I'll add it to the broadcast so you can see it. Tersh, Victor, being a serial entrepreneur, how is your time split between each business?
Right now, it's I would say 99% Service Rocket, or not Service Rocket, Absolute Airflow, 99. The other stuff, like the Service Rocket stuff, I love it. I have a passion for it, and I have great employees. I got Michelle Van Beek, who's just probably one of the best business coaches in the country. She's so underrated. The stuff that she does for these businesses is just, it's changing people's lives. Like the guys that are her coaching clients, man. You ask any of them that she's changing their lives. She's a hustler like me. She puts the work in every single day. And so she's kind of running the Service Rocket stuff. I'm really 100% into Absolute Airflow, man. Like, it's almost 100% to where that's all I focus on all day. Right.
Oh no. Victor is gone. He just disappeared. He will, so let's hang tight. He will be back.
Son of a bitch. God, this is bullshit. I love these voice changers. It's great.
He'll be back, okay? He'll be back. Just fucking relax.
He'll be back, okay?
All right, enough of that. Kicked Victor. Yeah, I was like, you know what? Fuck this guy. Bam. Nah, he'll come back. I'm not sure. I know Victor is building a whole podcast studio. Like, a lot of you know that Victor does his own podcast. And yes, Tersh, I am loving this thing. But guys, just so you know, I want to apologize for last night. That was not Adam's fault. It was mine. This new mixer, so Tersh knows we used, it's called the Rode Procaster. Well, now there's a Procaster 2 that is a monster. It does so much more stuff. Well, it had something that was a little bit different, and I didn't know that, so I had to watch some videos today to realize that. There he is. He's back. Let me
Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm not gonna have my mic or video. None of that's hooked up right now. Give me a second, please.
Yeah, no, you're good. Here, I'll give you a second. I got it. It should be all good.
Can you hear me now? All right, there we go. You good now?
Yeah, I can see you.
All right, cool. Sorry about that, guys. My computer died. I didn't realize it was dying on me.
Yeah, no, I told them. I said Victor's building a studio out there, so some shit might not be all, up and running. So I figured you'd be back. But yes, I love this thing, Tersh. It is amazing. You should definitely get it 100%. I will send you pictures and videos of it.
Well, so can you check one more time my mic? Sorry. Hello?
You sound good visual, like your mic wise.
It was working right now, but the headphones turned on for a second, but now they're not on. You just try to adapt them real quick. How do I hook them up?
Here, Vic, so that way we can't hear you. I'm going to just give me a thumbs up and I'll turn your volume back up when you're ready, bud. Yeah, see, man, I'm telling you, this thing's awesome, buddy. And it has, I'll show you a picture. It has a mounting screw. So now I have mine on like one of those Elgato arms and I can move it around. It's pretty sweet. But yeah, I'm going to reschedule with Adam again. So it wasn't him. It was my fault. I feel so bad because Adam is another awesome guest. He's really, really smart, tons of information. And we weren't really able to get it out because of that problem with the echo and shit. So we will do that again. That was my fault. I talked to Adam today. So,
all right, I'm back. Sorry about that, bro.
Nah, you're good, man. I just turned it down so that way you guys could talk and not everybody was hearing your conversation.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was me with it down. I'm like trying to figure out why the sound wasn't coming back out of my headphones. Anyways, so what was the question so Tersh, obviously it was, how do I balance it? You can't balance, dude. You can't balance and run multiple things. And I think I made a post the other day you got to make the main thing the main thing. And it took me a long time to realize that. And I think that's been the major key component of like my business's success this year is making the main thing the main thing. So you guys out there, like you guys see a lot of people doing a lot of stuff. You can't be the best at something unless you put 100% into it. And I think that's where I'm at now is I'm putting my 100% into operating this business. And the numbers are showing it. The obviously the number one thing that I give a shit about, the profit is showing it. And then overall, just how my business is running, like how our average ticket per call is just ridiculous. Our average sale is ridiculous. Like it's just everything's been going in the right direction, and it all because it's like wherever focus goes, it grows. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the biggest thing is that I think that you've helped bring out is sales or selling tech was always a dirty word. You know what I mean? It was always, oh, that guy's ripping people off. But now that people are really starting to understand it, where it is about being thorough, educating the customer, that you make so much more money. You make more money yourself because hopefully you're working. So two-part. These companies realize that, when the technicians make more money, they make more money. So it's a win-win for everybody. Then these technicians finally figure out that you can make a lot of fucking cake in this industry. HVAC's made some of the most millionaires around. You know what I mean? It's just a lot of people don't think about that. It's not just a 40-hour, $1,000 a week. I'm doing pretty good. Like you can set the bar a lot fucking higher. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I got guys making $3,000 a day, $4,000 a day right now, and it's insane. But it's the cool thing is they're doing it cleanly. They're not lying, stealing, and cheating. There's a reason why we're the highest rated company in Southern California, bar none. Like we're at the point now we have almost like 3,000 5-star reviews. I have like under 20 bad reviews in 4 years. Okay. So like we don't get bad reviews. We don't do shit the wrong way. We make up any mistake that we make. We don't lie. We don't steal. We don't cheat, but we do educate. Okay. We're an education company. We educate you. We let you make a decision on what you want to do. Are we the cheapest? Fuck no. We're the most expensive, like one of the most expensive on the market, and we deserve to be. And I teach my guys how to explain to the customer and let the customer know that we're the most expensive. A lot of companies are like, oh, yeah, we have the lowest price guaranteed. No, look at Mrs. Smith. We are one of the most expensive on the market. And the reason we are the most expensive is because X, Y, and Z. Do you think it's important that a company takes care of their employees and offers them benefits and paid vacation? Do you want us to show up in nice wrapped trucks? Do you want us to have iPads and be able to give you invoices rather than chicken scratch papers? Do you think it's important? You think it's important for me and my family to be going on vacation once a year and the company pays for it? Do you think it's a dirty word to have profit in a business? Do you think it's fair for my business to make a 10 to 15% profit every year? Because at the end of the year, if we don't make profit, what happens to us, Mrs. Smith? We go out of business, right? And statistically, the SBA website says that 98% of HVAC companies are going to fail within the first 10 years. So guess how long the warranty is on your air conditioning unit? So you got a 2% chance that company is going to be around to be able to cover that warranty for you. So is that an important thing to you? If not, then maybe we're not the company for you. But for me, it'd be very important. I don't like to gamble, right? I would rather pay a $15,000 sure thing than a $10,000 gamble all day.
Amen.
And when you could communicate that to a customer and be confident in it, and one of the big things I do teach is confidence in how to tonality and how we talk and stuff like that. And that's what I do in my training is, hey, it's not just like blah, 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 beating them. We slow down. We say, Mrs. Smith, do you think it's fair for us to make a profit? Let them answer. And they said, okay, well, how much profit do you think it's fair for us to make? Because In-N-Out's going to make about a 200% profit on theirs. Do you think that's fair to make a 200% profit on a cheeseburger? Was it okay with me that I make 10% profit after I put all my blood, sweat, and tears? I drive out here, I fix your air conditioner at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I do this. Do you think that's fair for me and my business to make? And they say, yeah. And I said, okay, perfect. And this is why we charge what we charge. We charge what we charge to be able to provide 5-star service and be here 10 years from when you need us, 10 years from now when you need us. And they usually it's just like, okay, I understand it now. Let's buy.
Yeah. That's powerful. And it works 100%. Because trust me, we learned that stuff in your classes and our guys use it and it works to a T because we've gotten to be one of the most, expensive companies. And we're like, hey, we're trying to do things right. And like now our guys have that confidence where people are like, oh, I can find the parts online. Okay, well, there you go. I'll send you a quote. If you want to get it done right, give us a call. You know what I mean?
No. And I say, look, you can buy brake pads online too, but you're paying $350 all the time to get them changed, right? What's the markup on that? That's a pretty significant markup. So the same thing, not only is you have to take your car to the dealership or to wherever to get your brakes done. I'm coming to your house and doing the brakes and carrying the part and carrying that thing in my truck and paying. I actually paid for this part 5 months ago and I've been carrying it for 5 months just to deliver it to you because you're so special. You know what I mean? Like, look at it. Like, you got to really think about it. And the technicians that are listening to this, oh, the boss is making all this money, dude. If you really ran the numbers on the HVAC business, probably the one you're working for now, they don't make any money, brother. They're living off credit. They're leveraging their homes. They're leveraging all their assets to be able to make money. And they look like they're making money because they're financed their entire life. They're financing that car. They're financing that house. They're financing everything. They're financing those new trucks. They're financing everything. Well, guess what? At the end of the day, they ain't got no money. I've audited now. I've audited over fucking 200 different HVAC companies myself that we've looked at acquisitions, looking at partnering with, and all of them think they're making money. And then I say, oh, well, let's look at this. Oh, yeah, there's always a fucking excuse. And at the end of the day, the money doesn't lie. People do, right? And if you want the money to stop lying to you, you better start paying attention to what it costs to run a business and what it costs to go out to that call. Because if you're selling that $250 capacitor, it costs more than that to get to that house. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
The cheapest companies, at some companies I know, like the bare basic company is getting $225 to get to the house. Well, now they pay $225 to get to the house. You came back with $300. How much profit is that by the time everything's said and done? And that's on one call. The other 2 calls, you sold nothing. Okay. So did we make any money today or we lose money?
Yeah, and we've talked about before about, getting your pricing right is so important, but people think it's like some rule of thumb that's general. Well, you price things. Yeah, you price things to get your nut. We price things to make sure that we get our nut. Like it's got to be, maybe there's a formula to do it, that everybody can do it, but it's different for each company.
There is a formula to it, right? So, the beautiful thing that Billy Stevens set up in Sarah is margin pricing, dude. Guess what? If you run your entire business off a 70% margin, you build in your billable hourly rate, you build out how many hours it's going to take, and you get the maximum efficiency, you could hit a 70% margin. And guess what? The cool thing about Sarah is if I say I want a 70% margin, most of the time I'm showing up between 65 and 70% gross profit at the end of the month because I set it at that price. So there is a formula behind it. Billy's figured it out. Billy's made it in the software. So you could buy it. You could buy the formula. You don't got to think about it yourself. It literally does it for you. You just have to decide that you're worth that. You have to decide how much you're worth. My guys are worth $850 for capacitor. Yeah, I said $850 for a capacitor. And guess what? Customers buy it every single day. And we have no issue with it. We get every once in a while customers like, oh, you're a ripoff. I said, look, let me break it down to you what it costs to run my business and how much it costs me to get to your house. And my guys could say without a shadow of a doubt what it takes to run that business, what they have to buy. Is this important to you? If it's not important to you, Mrs. Smith, we go to repair calls, and when the customer don't like our price, we say, hey, look, I'm not charging you today. You don't have happy money. We don't want we don't want any money that ain't happy money. You keep it. I don't want the diagnostic charge. I'm going to go ahead and leave his friends. You go ahead and call somebody else. And you go have to have them then. There's no harm, no foul. But this is what it costs for me to run my business, and I'm not sorry about it.
That's awesome, dude. I mean, it definitely opens a new way. Oh, sir, sorry, Tersh put on here. He said that the efficiency calculator is awesome in Sarah. And I feel like
it's
So I feel like a lot of businesses, because pricing things that way is how I was originally taught when I got into management. And then I felt like people got away from it when flat rate kind of changed. And it was funny how people were going back to it. So it makes me have a little bit more respect for the guy that I learned from, because, he was talking about that back. Well, there's a reason he's been in business for 30 years,
Yeah. And like I said, it's one of those things. It's everybody wants to charge. Oh, the guy down the street's charging $8,000 for assistance, so I'm going to charge $8,000. No. And you have to be able to, you have to know that number. Then you have, like I said, you have to provide a level of service that's going to request that, right? Like, Gil, if you went out there today in my market, you have a brand new business, no one's ever fucking heard of you, and you try to charge $850 for capacitor, what's going to happen?
Tell me to go fuck myself.
They're going to go they're going to probably shove that 80 by 5 microfarad right up your ass. Right? That beer can one going right in your ass today. That's what's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're going to slide in you, but no, I'm just saying. But,
Oh my God.
You got to build a brand, right? You got to build that confidence. If you want to charge the most in the market, you got to provide the highest level of service.
Yeah.
There's nobody, I don't know anybody that provides the level of service we do, from the second I answer the phones to that my guys coming out immediately, showing up in beautifully wrapped trucks, putting doormats down, booties down, educating you. I don't know any fucking company where every single tech across the board educates a customer more than mine do. Period. They spend the most time, they educate them. When they leave there, they know more about their house than they ever knew before. And that costs money. Okay. It costs money to do that. Most companies aren't spending hours and hours every freaking week training these guys. We do, and we deserve to get paid for doing that. And that's how I feel. And if you don't believe that, that's on you. That's your own limited beliefs. But I believe that I deserve to be a millionaire because I put the work in to be a millionaire. Yeah.
And another thing I've learned is, train, but it's summertime. We don't have time to train. Get out there. No. That's the most important time to train. And I'll agree. I was wrong. I didn't think it that way. And I was 100% wrong.
Show me a company that doesn't train in the summer, and I'll show you a company that's losing. They're not making as much money as they should, right? This is the time of year you should make the most money. This is the time of year where we have the lowest close rate possible. Run the numbers. Your closing rate in March is better than your closing rate in June. I guarantee it every year, year after year. You know why? Because you stopped educating, you stopped teaching, you stopped those guys every single day. And guess what? What happens, right? People are creeps of hat. People are just, just how they operate. They're not going to keep working year round. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And when I heard that, I was like, oh shit, like that makes perfect sense. People going into the Super Bowl, they're not like, oh, we're not going to practice this week. You know what I mean? They're still going to practice and get ready for that big game. The summertime is our Super Bowl. You still got to keep practicing and getting better.
Guess what? I'm the same motherfucker at 7 a.m. as I am at 1 a.m. in the morning, still working. And you know why? Because I practice day in and day out for that game, right? I was an athlete. I played football. I grew up as an athlete, and I believe in practice. I believe in being relentless. I believe in honing your craft at all times. Like, I still hone my craft. I'm still becoming, every day I become a better sales trainer. Every day I become a better businessman. Every day I become a better operator. Whatever it is, it happens. Why? Because I don't take time off. I have to get better, because guess what? I have too many people that depend on me to get better. If you're a technician out in the field, you know who's depending on you to get better today? Your family. Your family's dependent on you to be better. And if you're just the same guy every single day, and guess what's happening right now in the world? What's happening with inflation? If you're the same guy today and tomorrow or you're the same guy next year as you are today, guess what? You're probably making 20% less because the government's taking it from you. in the form of in the form of inflation and taxation. So you better get fucking better. You better get at least 20% better because inflation is going to be 20% more next year.
Yeah, and we need to, people need to prepare for that too. Like, yeah, we made it through COVID and stuff like that, but we're gonna go into a recession. It's not a matter of if, it's when. It's coming.
It's coming, right? And there's things that are going to happen. Talking about a podcast with at a financing company coming on, and they're going to talk about what to expect and what's happening out there in the market. It's going to happen. But do you know who failed in the last recession?
No, you were breaking up. Who? No.
It's breaking up on me. But the people that failed in the last recession are the people that are untrained. Because if you're not trained to be able to communicate and be able to overcome objections, to be able to sell stuff when it's hard, you're gonna fail. Those companies fail. It's just the connection, right? Those are the companies that fail, though, the ones that aren't trained. Service Champions, the company I started with, they doubled or almost tripled during the last recession. You know why? Because they doubled down on training. They doubled down on making sure that their guys, if they are going to go to a call and go to an opportunity, they're going to crush that opportunity. If that makes sense.
Yeah, makes perfect sense. Yeah, no, I agree. And that's what I say. Some of the people that get richest are during, recessions when stocks get low, things like that. So when these other companies, are dwindling they're fading away, that's your time to get in there and do things right and gain more customers, more service contracts, more sales. And I think it's an opportunity to grow if you're prepared, like you just said.
Yeah, and like I said, I've never been through a recession personally, okay? And I won't say that I know what to do. But I can tell you if I'm highly trained and if I only get one call that day, I would rather be the best trained motherfucker to get that one call. I'll promise you that. Because like, if you aren't the best trained getting that call, guess what's going to happen? You're going to fail. Your business is going to fail. If I only get 10 calls in a day, I better have 10 fucking dogs on those calls. I don't want 10 fucking guppies on those calls. The guppies are going to be the ones that are getting, the guys that aren't good communicators are going to lose their jobs. Okay. You guys think, oh, we're skilled labor. No, the guys that aren't able to communicate are going to lose their jobs because there's not going to be enough calls coming in because your owner is going to pull back. If you're a business owner, double down on marketing. When the recession happens, guess what happens? Everything goes on sale, including media buy. Okay. No matter what, over time, buy more media, make more money. Buy more media, take more market share. And that's what I'm planning on doing. I'm going to have the capital to do what I want to do. And I'm going to start buying up all these companies that are getting scared. Don't get scared, get better.
Yeah, no, it's and the other thing I would see is like people spend all this money on marketing, but then their front line like CSRs are garbage. You know what I mean? And It's like if you're not training them to be able to handle this, to come in, it doesn't matter how good your your techs are trained, because it's never going to get that far.
The whole business, it's a flywheel, right? It all starts with the call center, right? We got to market. Well, it's like the chicken or the egg, right? Did the marketing happen first or the call center? Whatever it is, right? You got to get the phones to ring. And when those phones ring, who's answering and how they answering? Are you waiting 4 minutes to answer that phone call? Are you using an answer service that takes 4 minutes? Are you in a call center where they're putting them on hold or they're saying all the time? Okay, well that company you're going to lose. So my PPC guy, right? A lot of people are like, oh, PPC you can't make money on and blah blah. I'm making an 18x ROI on PPC this month. You want to know why? I answer my fucking phones immediately. And when I answer my phones, I ask them how I can make them smile today. And when after that, the second we jump into it, how can we help you? What can we do for you? We're jumping right into it. We're getting that call booked. Okay, our booking rate's very, very high because we've trained them to answer their phones and do the things the right way. And a lot of companies they put all the money into their technicians or this or that, but they don't put money into their call center. You better have that call center dialed down. Like those guys are the frontline people. They're going to make the decision. My call center sells almost as many club memberships as my technicians do.
And I've heard that's the way it should be. Like that's good. That means your CSRs are trained properly and doing the right thing if they do that, correct?
Yeah, that means they're educated, right? They're not going to offer something they're not educated on. It's like anything else in life, right? If you don't feel confident in it, like if I go to a house and I don't know how to explain a hard start kit, do you think I'm going to sell a hard start kit?
No way. Oh man, we lost him again. God damn it, in California. I saw your question, Rookie. I was getting ready to ask that question. Yeah. Amanda, if you're in here, who's under? Is that Ryan under Beltway? Talking about we're going to sell 10% of crack or coke or That's Ryan. Yeah. What Beltway HVAC? That's Ryan. That's what we do, rookie. And from what I know, I'm pretty sure that's what Victor is doing. Yeah. We don't train anybody to be salesmen. We train them to be fucking badass techs that know their job inside and out. And they can go out there and educate the customer and be confident in what they're doing. We always say it's with that big dick energy. You go in there and you're confident in what you're doing and what you're offering. After that, it's simple because you're not doing anything wrong. You're just giving honest recommendations. And we always say this, guys, and I know you get sick of hearing it, but I really want it to get through. When Victor comes back on, well, I'll ask him. He'll be back. Maybe. We'll see. Yes, and like Tersh just said as well, present options. A lot of people don't like just this is it, do it. Sometimes they want that whole good, better, best, economy and whatever the thing is. People like that different stuff. And you got to know your customer. That's where knowing what you're doing and having the blinders off and seeing what's going on really makes a huge difference. Because me and Ryan were talking about it. Should you offer more than one option? Yeah. But there's sometimes some customers, when I feel them out, I don't give them 3 options. I might just give them 1 option. And normally they'll take it because I can tell they're getting overwhelmed. So I just give them that 1 option and then bam, we rock and roll. And always know that you can live to fight another day. The biggest thing that you guys want to do for your company, you should be getting spiffs for selling service contracts. Sell the living fuck out of those. Those are huge. So you probably want 250, 300 service contract for every single technician that you have. That's what's going to keep you guys busy when it's in the slow time, depending on your market and where you are. For us, we have actual 4 seasons. Sometimes it's fucking, spring and fall all year long here lately. But we need those. That is important in the growth of Beltway and what we're trying to do. So you definitely have to have them. And what are we talking about? Crack and coke, man. What are we doing here? That's the wrong options, Ryan. 500 service agreements per million in revenue. Yeah. Good shit, Tersh. What was I getting ready to say? Here, I'll switch on this until I'll wait and see. Guys, giveaway. I know most of you are. If you're watching this after the fact, please make sure that you go and become a Bluon Pro member. Not just a Bluon member, a Bluon Pro member. 100% free. Next week, I am going to announce all the giveaway stuff. And if you're not a Bluon Pro member, you won't hear anything else because you're going to find out through Bluon. So cool beans. Well, I know a question we had.
I think we're good on it now.
Yeah. A question that somebody asked before I forget, because I thought it was good. They said, how much do you train in the summer? And then how do you split it up between like sales, communication related versus technical stuff?
In the summertime, it's mostly communication. So in the off season, when you can't training technical in the summertime is kind of difficult, right? My brother does run. What are you doing now, Mike? 3 days a week technical.
Oh yeah.
So he's doing 3 days a week technical, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So that's for the junior techs. They come in at 7 a.m. and they're doing technical. And then I come in, I'm training on communication skills Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday right now. So I come in at 8 o'clock and I have the sales and service guys in there. A lot of the time they'll have them do them because we have a whole training room set up where we can do it live. So my guys will watch it on a Zoom also. So they don't have to come into the office, but I'll be in there training, talking to my guys. I even do it like every Wednesday. I have people all over the country that tune in. So from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. every Wednesday or every Wednesday morning, people pay $395 a month to be able to jump into my trainings. So it's really, I make it really, really cheap. So literally $400 a month, you get to get 8 hours of my training. That's going to probably generate you another couple $100,000 a month. So I've been doing that for about a month and a half now, and it's been really successful. It's been pretty cool to watch the guys. But yeah, my guys are able to tune in because of how I built it. We have a live feed right on my stage all the time, and my guys can sit in their bed and watch the training rather than having to come to work in the morning, if that makes sense.
That's badass, dude. That's a good idea. I have to see the new training center, man. I know it was pretty slick when we were out there. I know you were redoing things. It's totally different now.
Dude, it's badass. I can fit 100 people in there now. I built out a full stage. We got drop down projectors, surround sound. My brother put in all these like badass lighting stuff. So we have some it's dope. It actually, when you come in, you're like, man, this is where I want to train at. This is where I want to be. And it's a big recruiting tool for us now too, because that's where we do all of our every Wednesday we have open interviews. So people could come in, whoever, they call in for the weekday, show up at 10 a.m. We'll do a group interview. We'll kind of sift through them, make them take personality tests, stuff like that. And then from there, we'll decide who we want. But when they come in there, they're like, oh, fuck, this is a real business,
That's fucking sweet. Well, I know it's 9:15. We've been talking a little bit. Let's, I would love to get in because I think there's, you have some kind of little shindig going on, right? It's just a small one, a small shindig.
A little shindig, and for the guys that don't know, we throw an event every year. So the first year we threw it at my office. So this was 3 years ago. I threw it in my office. We had about 80 to 100 people that showed up. Last year I said, hey, I want to do it in Las Vegas. I brought Grant Cardone. I brought Brett Buckley. I brought all these Jason Walker out, all these guys out there to Vegas, and we threw a big event. And a lot of people didn't think I'd be able to pull it off, right? Like you got people from all over the country flying into an event. I spent, $1 million on this thing and I didn't know who was going to show up. Really, like I was a little nervous. We spent a lot of money on the thing and put all this out. You got to hope and pray people come buy tickets. And then when people showed up, they realized that it's something different. This isn't a regular trade show. This isn't some boring old man. This isn't your daddy's fucking trade show you go to. This is the young generation. This is where the future of the home service business is going, right? So you come it was funny because I had Weldon. So EGIA is throwing an event across the street from mine, the same exact time as mine in Vegas, right? And there was people that went to both and they would walk over. They're like, hey, that was Geezerville. And they come over here and it's all the young guys partying, cussing. Like, it's like just more being able to be ourselves. Cause I'm not confined by corporate. I'm not a corporate motherfucker. I will not allow somebody, if they're going to sponsor my event, they're going to let me speak how I want to speak and let my speakers speak how they want to speak. And I think that was a big difference. And people came, they're like, dude, this is fucking fun. And then I said, okay, well, the content has to be high level. It can't just be a pitch fest and people trying to sell you shit. There needs to be high level content that people are going to be engaged on. And after we're done, my calling card is I know how to throw fucking parties. So we threw some badass after parties and everybody had a great time. And when I got done with that, I knew exactly what I wanted to do this year and how I wanted to make it better. So this year, I think last year we had about 350 people that showed up. This year, we're expecting 1,000 people in Vegas, October 20th through 22nd. I rented out Resort World. So I got a big entrance party that's going to come in. I got live bands playing, all that stuff. Then I got some of the best owners, operators, stuff like I'll make an announcement. I haven't even announced it to the public yet. A couple people I just added yesterday. So I got Joe Montana's going to be there. So Joe Montana will be there. And then another badass speaker. I don't know if you guys have ever read a 4-time Super Bowl champion, Joe Montana.
Yeah.
He's going to be there. And then we also are going to have Ed Milette. So Ed Milette's going to be there. He's a badass speaker. He's one of the guys, like you hear him speak. And it's just like he just spoke at another one of my buddies' events and everybody was in tears by the time he was done, man. This guy's just a fucking badass motivator. I got Ryan Stewman's going to be there. I got Brad Lee. So if you guys ever watch Brad Lee, he's got I think To The Point podcast or not something I can't remember what his podcast is, or Dropping Bombs or some shit, but he got a badass podcast. It's just all about sales. I have some of the best sales trainers in the country, Joe Gracera, Jason Walker. I have a $8 million a year salesman, and Daniel Royce is going to come up and teach his processes. I'm going to be personally there teaching my processes. So we have a whole room that's dedicated to sales for technician and service sales room. Because last year the sales guys are a little bored. So I said, hey, let's make a whole area dedicated to them. So if people want to take their staff. I tell a lot of owners, right? Hey, put a goal out there for your guys. And if they hit their goal this summer, bring them to Vegas. And when they come to Vegas, they're going to leave with better sales knowledge. They're going to have a great time. And then on the main stage, I just have, I have Ishmael Valdez, I have Tommy Mello, Wyatt Hempworth, who's got Any Hour Services, which are now, I think they're about a $400 million business now. He's going to be up there talking. I got Ellen Rohr, who runs Zoom Drain, one of the biggest plumbing franchises. I got a whole women's panel that's dedicated just talking about women in the trades and highlighting how badass they are. I can't remember all the names that are going to be there, but it's going to be fucking badass. And then I went really big on the after party. So I got a black tie event. I'm going to have I have this badass orchestra band that's going to be playing at that shit. Some flame throwing people. Dude, I went all out. I've already dropped over $1 million on the damn thing. But that's going to be part of my legacy, man, is like, I made fucking HVAC cool, and y'all can hate me all you want, but I'll make this shit fun. And you're either going to jump on the train now, or you're going to wait a couple years. You're going to eventually be on the train, because this is where we're going. And I'm going to make this industry fun. And I'm going to start bringing more young people in this industry by doing what I do. And after this event, wait till what happens. I'm going to have, it's going to be nuts. I don't really want to give it all out, but it's going to be fucking fun. And if you aren't there, you're going to miss out. And I made it affordable this year. Last year it was expensive because I could only fit so many people in the room. And I had to make the tickets real expensive. This year I said, hey, I want to go to 1,000. So I'm able to bring the ticket cost down to give other guys opportunities to come.
Well, people are asking, a bunch of people in the chat are asking, how much are tickets and where do they go to purchase tickets?
All you got to do is go to servicerocketnetwork.com. So Service Rocket Network. It's called the Service Rocket Growth Summit. If you go on there on the website, there's 3 different options on tickets. I think VIP, I don't think we have less than 5 tickets for VIP left. That's $29.95. Then we have our party pass. You'll be able to get tickets to the event. And then you'll also be able to go to the after parties, which is where you want to be at. That's where the badass people are going to be. I got cigar rollers. They're just going to be bitching. And then, so that's the party pass. And I have general admission. If you just want to come in and see the show, get to see all the trainers, get to meet all these people you've probably seen on social media or all over the place, or like you want to come meet Joe Montana, is $995 for the basic ticket to get in. I made that one as cheap as I could. That's like literally what it cost me to have a person in the event. And yeah, so that's what you got to do, man. If you go on there, or if you want to be really badass, I got 2 seats left on my private jet. Fly out to California, spend a day with me. I'm going to be doing some high level training on business coaching and stuff like that. We're going to take a private jet to Vegas. That also includes a VIP pass. Also, you get to come to the speaker dinner. So you're going to be at the dinner with all these fucking high level people. And then you get to come to all the parties and shit. So that one's like $15,000. That's really what it costs me to do it. But yeah, so those are the kind of the options that you have. If you guys are interested, go to servicerocketnetwork.com and go ahead and sign up. And I'm telling you, if you're not at this event, you're going to see it all over social media. I got some really big plans on posting it out. And everybody that doesn't come, love me or hate me, you're going to want to fucking be there.
Yeah, that's badass, man. I want to try to find a way. I definitely missed last year, and I got to get to one of these because I know Tersh was, he's in here talking about. He said something about what did he say about the roof deck party or something was fucking legit.
Well, yeah, last year I rented out a $40,000 a night penthouse at Nobu Villa, and then we threw the after party there overlooking the whole strip. Like this year, I rented out an entire a nightclub. So I rented out the nightclub at Resort World. And I also rented out this cabana party out of like the pool party area for one of the events. I think the Halloween party is going to be out there, and it's got a stage. So I'll have a live band and shit playing out there. If I sell out the tickets, so you guys are going to come buy tickets now. If I sell out the tickets before August 1st, I'm going to get Rick Ross to come play the last night at the Halloween party. So it's going to cost me $200,000. So if I sell it out early, I'll drop $200,000 to have Rick Ross come out and play too. So we'll do a live performance for us.
Badass. You need like a greeter, the guy that like the Home Depot guy that asks people how their hammer hanging when they come in. I'll stand at the door and be the greeter, Hey, things are good.
You better come out, man. Like I said, you're one of my favorite people in the industry. So one of these days, I'll make you come out to one of them.
I will, man, because me and Ryan had a blast out there, seeing your operation and learning the training and stuff from you. So I got to get to one. And I think that I'll be fine. It's, last year was a wedding that there's nothing. And this year I'm doing a lot with my oldest son. So he's got some Division I offers and we're going to see schools. So that's about the time, but I'm pretty sure that I can move those things around because he's going into a senior year. So we got to pick what's going to happen and what we're going to do. But I'm going to be in Cape Cod and next week in Atlanta.
You got to get the podcast set up out there, man. Get the, I know Tersh, I know wanted to set up the podcast and stuff too. And I think it'd do cool to do some live stuff and talk to some of these badass people that are going to be there. It's crazy, man. And the guys that are listening that are technicians, man, the opportunities out there. I am not special, guys. I'm a relentless worker. I'm a great communicator. But that's it. Like I'm not anything better than anybody else. And I don't think that I am, but I know that I'm going to show up every day and fuck everybody up because that's how I operate. Like I just have this mentality. Like I'm just like, I don't stop, and it's going to continue to be like that. And the guys that are watching, like, you guys are waiting for me to fail. It ain't going to happen, dude. I'm at the point now that I don't even have to work the rest of my life and I'm going to be set. So now I'm just doing it for fun. And when people are doing shit for fun, you can't do nothing about it.
Yeah. And I can't wait till, I know it's going to take a long time to change the mentality, but I don't know why we can't all just help each other and build each other up. There's always got to be them people that, they say they care, but they don't. And then they talk shit. And then it's just like, I know that's just kind of the world we live in. It's never really going to change, but I love it being surrounded by the people who actually care about helping other people and actually get enjoyment out of building other people and helping them and watching them grow. Like they actually give a fuck when they say, oh, I reached this, or I did 10 million, but we made 30% net profit. You know what I mean? And you're like, fuck yeah. Like they actually care.
No. And I the thing is, if you really know me, I really do. My biggest downside is I keep shit real all the time. And I call out motherfuckers that aren't real. Okay. And when you call out people that aren't real, what do? They retaliate because they want to act like that's real. And some of the stuff they say is bullshit. Difference between me and everybody else, I'll show you my P&Ls. I'll show you my failures. Last year, I almost went out of business. You want to know why? Because I didn't know what I was doing. And what did I do? I made a decision that I'm going to go figure out what the hell. I'm going to go learn my numbers. I'm going to learn them like the inside and out. And when I made that decision, it changed everything, right? So there's no more bullshit there. And you can see since October 1st is kind of when I like put my head down. And since then, I've been making money like crazy. Like, and you can see my P&Ls. If you guys want them, I'll fucking email them to you. I ain't fake. There's nothing I do is fake. When you come to my training, I'm real. When you come here, a lot of people say I'm almost too real. They're like, oh, fuck, like you got to chill, bro. Like you're keeping it real. And I'm like, this is me, man. I can't change who I am. And I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. And what I'm going to do along the way is I'm going to motivate people. I'm going to educate people, and I'm going to try to help as many people come up with me. The guys that have come up with me, like I said, they're grateful, man. I got some badass partners that we've partnered in some of these HVAC companies. And people are like, oh, you're letting them partner in your business. And you go talk to my partners and they're making millions of dollars. And the other guys that didn't want to partner with me ain't making shit still.
No, that's true. Tersh put in there, are you willing to tell people what you did in order to learn your numbers? Well, first thing you got to do is set your ego aside, right? You got to set your ego aside, and then you have to, reach out to people that have done it before. Before I was a silverback gorilla. I didn't need nobody. I was the king of the, like my head was so big. I didn't think I needed any help. I could figure it out. Right. And the second that I realized that I don't know everything, just like anybody else, because nobody knows everything, and I still don't, I never will. When you realize that, and you have to become vulnerable, right? You have to become vulnerable. And for me to become vulnerable was very hard. And once I became vulnerable and I said, hey, I don't know this. Can you help me? And this industry's got some great people that will help you. So I started looking at the P&L. I started looking at, I started looking at the balance statements and stuff like that, and I'm like, dude, okay, if I do this, what's going to happen? And I started doing little things, and we started playing with things. Billy Steven was huge for me, right? Billy's an old school gangster, man. So Billy was a big part of what I do. My business partner, Bill Pulte, was a big part of what I do. A lot of people just think, oh, he's a 33-year-old billionaire. That guy is a fucking G when it comes to finance, right? And he said, hey, Vic, you're going to be one of the richest guys to ever do this if you can get this shit down. And he wasn't fucking around. Like, he's like, dude, once he started telling me what to do. And there's no like wait. Someone tells me, hey, this is how you do it. This is what's going to happen. I just do it. And I started seeing it little by little. I started, the first thing you have to do if you're losing money is to stop losing money. And then when you stop losing money, you got to get back to break even. Then when you get back to break even, you got to start making money a little bit. And then little increments, all of a sudden you get there. And that was a big thing. It wasn't overnight. It was like, hey, you got to get to step 1 before you get to step 2. First, stop losing money. Like, don't do that anymore. Stop that shit. Okay. We don't lose money anymore. Cool. We made that decision.
Then the month we broke even, I was like, yes, I fucking broke even. I was losing 200 grand a month. Now I'm breaking even. This is the slowest time of year I'm breaking even. Summertime, I was losing 200 grand a month. Now, October, I'm breaking even. November, I made a little bit of money. December, I made 250,000. Okay, January, I made a little bit more. And then, going into right now, today, I'm at 1.5 million profit out of Absolute. We just started summer, right? I'm going to hit probably $3.5-4 million in EBITDA this year on a company that was losing their ass last year.
That's fucking amazing. Something and you don't got to go into all the details you went about off air, but if you wouldn't mind sharing about how you were 100 plus employees and you lowered it, and now you're making more profit than you've ever made. That bigger isn't always better.
I speak the same way off air as I do on air, Gil, so I don't really change, man. And
I know. I just wanted to make sure.
No, but when I talk like this, I keep it real. And the reason why I keep it real is because a lot of people don't. And you think that everybody's doing all this, they're doing so well and all this stuff. That guy you think is doing well, he's probably ain't making any money, right? He's all flash. And, they see some people get these, oh, I sold my business. Well, how much you sell it for? Tell the truth. They don't want to talk about the number, right? They don't want to show me their P&Ls. So I'll keep it real. And I keep it real to help other people. So, I this time last year, in June last year, we did $1.7 million in revenue. I had 105 employees. Okay. So 105 employees, I did 1.7 million. I made negative $200,000, probably 250,000 like in June last year. This year, and once August came, I realized really fast that I was going to go bankrupt. I was going to have to shut my doors. I was going to have to go belly up, and I was going to have to go tell my family that I failed. Okay. And I remember crying by myself, and I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't tell nobody. I didn't say anything that was going on. My accountant came to me, said, we got 2 weeks to fix this. Okay. I said, okay. Well, I cried. I took my lumps. I cried like a baby. And I said, I ain't no bitch. Okay. I'm going to figure this out. So I said immediately, I got to change something. So I started firing people, man. I had to. I started going through, I literally went and I put an organizational chart together, and I laid out every single fucking person in my business. And I just laid it on there in the map. And I said, who can I operate without? Who doesn't pull their weight? And that's when I was telling the guys that are earlier, right? If you don't become good at what you do, don't become the best. When the recession hits, you're going to be on that list, and you're going to become an X mark on that list. Okay. So get fucking better now. So I started going through to say, hey, I can operate without this guy. I can operate without this guy. I can operate without this guy. And it was death by a million cuts, which is almost the worst thing to go. If I was to go back and do it again, I would have made all the cuts one day and been done. Okay. But I did a death by a million cuts. I cut 10 people here, then another 5. And then it became, I became the Grim Reaper, and people were scared. Right. And then people just stopped trusting me, and they didn't think they were going to have a job. And that was the biggest mistake I made, because I had to rebuild all that trust with these people that did stay. I had to say, hey, look, I'm done making cuts. I'm down to where I need to be. I need all of you. And they're like, yeah, right, motherfucker. You said that to the last fucking 5 minutes you fired, And this isn't something I like to talk about. I don't like talking about people losing their jobs, because people came to me and I promised them that I was going to take care of them and their family, and I failed them. Okay. So the people that I did let go, no disrespect to you guys. I love you guys. And most of you guys know when I've reached out to you and had that communication and talked to you and explained it. But, I had to cut. So I cut down to about 40 people. Okay. So I went from 105 to about, I think 36 to 40. I don't remember the exact number. And that was by October, November, started flipping the script. And then I started going back. And then at that point, I started really learning the numbers and said, okay, well, I do start to need a little bit more people. But I said, not yet, Victor. You're not ready to hire. Do not hire another person you do not plan on keeping. And I refuse to hire any more people I refuse to hire anybody else I'll ever have to lay off. Okay. I won't do it. There's no temporary people in my business anymore. If you work for me, you work for me. And I'll promise you that, because I've ran the numbers and I know what it costs for me to have that employee. And then I know that I'll be able to support them year round. Okay. There's no more layoffs for me. So before I started hiring people, I made sure I had the money to do it. Then I made sure that they were going to have a job year round. And then from there, I figured out, okay, if I want to expand, how much am I going to have to charge? What am I going to have to do to be able to add more people? And I actually have a chart in place, right? A chart tells me, hey, Vic, this is what you're going to need to get this much revenue, to get this many people. So I put that chart together. I did it, ran my numbers. Perfect. According to my numbers, I need to hire 3 more people. And then I kept hiring more people. And then I started coming back into the business in probably like April, May this year. And I said, okay, I'm going to do this big. I'm going to do this right. So I brought my brother in as a full-time trainer and recruiter. And then I just put my head down and started training these guys. I'm going to say, the guys that I have here, I'm going to make them the best technicians, the best communicators on the planet. And they're not going to want to leave me because I'm going to pay them better than anywhere else. And that's what I did. And it changed my business drastically. I have not lost a single penny since October. Through the slowest time of the year, we were still making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. And we're going to continue to do that. And the reason why is because I made that decision that this is how we're going to operate. And I'm only making my decision based on if I'm going to be able to support what I'm doing.
That's awesome, man. It's awesome that you share that. And you can also tell those people that if you didn't do that, then nobody would have had that opportunity. You know what I mean?
And that's that's the conversation. I said, look, dude, I had to do this. And every one of my employees, a lot of guys like to hide behind doors and don't explain it. I'm raw. Like, I'm real with everybody from the guy that cleans the floors to the top guy in my business. I am real with everybody. And they say, this is where we're at. And this is why we have to do this right now. We have to hit these numbers because this, and this, and this is where we're at. I said, look, I had to cut all those people. Yes, it sucks. Those are your friends, you know, and some people that I didn't even want to cut left because I fired their friends. Right. And I'm like, fuck. Okay. Well, it is what it is. I got to do what I got to do. Right. And it sucked. But you got to be a man too. And you can't wait till the ship completely crashes and dies before you make those decisions. Part of being a business owner and being an entrepreneur is having the balls to make decisions. And if you don't have the balls to make the decisions, the hard decisions, then you don't belong doing this. This is not a good business for you. You have to be able to make hard decisions, and I know how to make them, and I'm not scared to make them, but I never want to have to make those decisions again. I never want to lay anybody off ever again.
Yeah, no, I can imagine that. That fucking sucks. But it's awesome that you share those things, man, and that you are real and say that, because I feel like, especially with the day and age of social media, we get lost in so much of the bullshit, the glitz, the glam, and the realness gets lost sometimes. But people, like, you know, we talked before about, you know, people didn't see your struggle at first, like what you went to get to where you were. And then they finally heard your story. And now hearing this, like, no matter where you are, doesn't mean that you know, diverted the struggles or you didn't have to do them. You know what I mean? Everybody gets them. I don't care where you are. You still have them, or you went through them and figured out how to work through them, but nobody's immune from it.
No, nobody is. And some of the best guys you've ever met, you know, the Ken Goodrich's, right? You read his book and he went through the same. He went through a lot of struggles, right? You got to struggle, right? If you've never been through a struggle, you're never going to get to the top. Like, it's just part of the deal. This is a marathon, man. Like, I'm 33 years old. I've never ran a business in my life. And I started this with an entrepreneurial seizure. Like, I literally came up with an idea, and 5 days later I have a business and I have people depending on me. So, like, when people don't realize, like, to go from nothing, like I did, we're about to hit 4 years in business in August 3rd, we're going to hit 4 years in business. To go from zero, nothing, knowing nothing about a business, to doing over $40 million in revenue from fucking scratch doesn't happen. A fucking spider on me. It doesn't happen, right? And the reason it happened is because I was willing. First off, I was willing, that I had the balls to do it. And I had an fucking wavering belief that no matter whatever happens, it's going to work out. And there's so many, and I'm in the middle of writing a book right now. And there's so many things that people are going to be like, oh shit, when my book comes out, they're going to be like, dude, Vic is just like me. But Vic made decisions that were crazier than me. Like, I remember coming to payroll. You know, I first started out, dude, like I was fucking taking money, all my personal money, and throwing it into the business, or, hey, I had to fucking max out my credit card so I could make payroll this week, or buying equipment because, like, you know, as you scale, right? When you scale, you need money. Well, I didn't have big credit lines. I didn't have any of this stuff. All I had was the money that I sold that day. So I better go out and sell some shit today. And there's some secret shit that I'm going to talk about in my book. You're like, oh, that was fucking genius. But if I didn't make that decision and it wasn't, you know, I don't know if they're going to come after me for it, but if I don't know what's going to happen if they read that, but I did it. And that's what helped me get to where I needed to be. Like, as far as, you know, it wasn't like nothing bad to anybody, but it's just stuff that you're not supposed to do. Like, even like starting my business, I had no license the first 4 months in business. I had 10 employees before I had a license, you know, but I had to go. I didn't plan on starting a business. I'm like, oh shit, I need to get a license. And it took me 4 months to get it because it was going through the holiday season and kept getting kicked back and all this shit. So, you know, I still had to go support my family. And that's the only way I know how to support my family, is go install air conditioners. And literally 2 weeks after getting my license and insurance, we fucking flooded a $4 million home and destroyed this thing. It took 3 years later. We finally went back and finished it. Like, they were out of their house for 3 years. That's how bad we fucked this thing up. But thank God it wasn't 3 weeks. Thank God it wasn't 3 weeks before that, and I didn't have insurance, right? So just little things happened that everything had to work out perfectly for me. Has it been fun a lot of times? No. Has it been stressful? Yes. Has it been hard? Yes. But would I change any of it? Nah, fuck no. I know more. Like the shit I went through, if I could survive that, there's nothing you can fuck with me. I don't even get phased, dude. People could fucking say, someone just fucking burned your building down. I'm like, okay, well, where's it? Can we go get another building down the street, or what are we going to do? I don't get nervous now. There's no fucking flinch in me. You could say whatever the fuck you want about me. I'm a resilient motherfucker, dude. I got no flinch at this point. I've been through some shit. I've seen it all.
Well, and that's awesome that you're still growing. And even at the point that you're at, with where you've built it, that you're still, growing and still constantly changing and making those things. And you've seen me in groups, and I tell people, when they make their comments about you or whatever, and I'm like, hey, you don't have to like you as a person if that's what they choose, but don't mock what you say, because the information is the information and it's true and it works. You know what I mean? So you can base your opinion off some personal girl bullshit, some bit stuff, but the facts are the facts. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Hey, find me another guy that's ever won number one in the country in sales, that started a business and grew it to over $40 million in 4 years, that also went out and trained people and built an app that's worth millions of dollars that helps and educates people in this industry. Find another guy that went through an event where he's going to be able to sell out a 1,000-person event in Las Vegas. Find me another motherfucker and then call me when you do that. And I'll let you know that it's going to be me who you're calling, because that's the only person that's done it. So talk all this shit. Like, that's my reality. Talk shit on me, but you haven't done what I've done. And you probably will never be able to do what I do. I love you. Hate me all you want. You haven't had the balls to do what I do. So talk all the shit you want. I got the facts behind me. I got the numbers. I got the shit. I got the proof. So fuck it.
I know a guy that does that. Hold on. Oh, never mind. It was you.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like I keep it real, man. Like, you could hate me all you want, but like, I have a lot of people that try to be like me, try to do like, just do it then. Grow the balls. You're coming to speak at my event. Like, you want to come speak at my event because you don't got the balls to throw your own.
Yeah. And let's be honest, there's a lot of bullshit out there. And I feel like sometimes with the HVAC Uncensored that I, want to say some things sometimes, but I keep my mouth shut. But the only thing is it won't accomplish anything, at least not in my position.
It does. I'm learning now, right, to bite my words and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, man, like, there's shit you can't take away from me. No matter what you say about me, you can't take away the stuff that I've done and the stuff that my team's done. My team has done a lot of shit, man. Like, we've put in the work. It ain't me. Like, if you think a business is just the owner, it's not. My team has put in the work. They've done amazing things. They've helped me build this thing, right? We have this bond now. Like, if you come and hang out with us, like, my guys, if you said a word about me bad and I wasn't there, they'd hit you in the fucking mouth. I guarantee you they would hit you in the fucking mouth.
Yeah, I bet. And it's even the little like, I think nobody that is actually, when it comes to your classes, nobody that's actually met you or taken them talks bad about them. It's all people that don't know. So it's just ignorance. And then it's just competitors, you know what I mean? And let's be honest, there's a bunch of them out there. It's all, I'm the best, I'm the big, my dick's bigger than yours stuff. You know what I mean? And it just, I think that's what, like, some people don't, that's what we were talking about earlier, that some people don't know what to believe. And the fact that you are real and say what you say, I think benefits you in that matter, because people are like, well, hey, this guy's always said this shit. You know what I mean? He wasn't saying this last month and now he's saying this, No,
like I said, I don't care about the competition, man. The main thing for me is if you're going to be anything you're going to do it with a heart of actually helping people, right? Like, if you come to my training, I don't charge very much for it because I don't need the money. Some of these guys need the money, so they try to rape and pillage people. I don't need it. I enjoy it. That's my passion project. Do you think $395 for me to wake up at fucking 6 a.m. on a Wednesday every week and continuously keep doing that every week is really that much money to me? You think it matters? I do it because I enjoy it. And that's some, like, just stuff like that. Like, I don't charge very much for my events. I don't charge very much for my training. My training is really good. And I think other people have great training as well. but I don't personally have to charge as much because I do it out of passion. I enjoy it. When you come see me and you meet me and you see me train, I have a passion for it. I enjoy, like the second I see people go there, they call me and text me. I'm like, dude, I don't care if I got nothing out of it. If all I got was a text from a guy that said he made more money than he's ever made in his life, that is worth every fucking minute to me. And that's truly how I operate. And you know that by meeting me, that's literally what I'm into. Like that's what I do it for. That's why I'm going to have this legacy of this. I'm going to help more people become millionaires than anybody else that ever has. It's just going to happen.
And one thing I'll say to all of you out there, if like you like private message, like, you know, you go on, you DM him on Insta Messenger, whatever the fuck it's called now. Victor answers you, and that's not like his secretary or something like that. That's him personally answering your question. So, I mean, that's not all these other people. Trust me, I've had other people reach out to me and it's their secretary or pictures of them in their private jet. And never mind, I'll keep my mouth shut. But, you know, I had other people reach out to me and come to find out it's not them who I'm actually talking to and stuff like that. So the fact that, you know, I know when that I'm messaging you, I'm talking to you and stuff like that, that means a lot.
Dude, people don't believe it. Like you wouldn't believe the amount of messages I get. Okay. And I answer every single one of them and I try to give them my most attention I can. A lot of people don't realize that I realize how busy I am, maybe, like, you know, and I try to treat everybody, you know, special and answer them. But I have my phone on me 24 hours a day and I'm always responding. And that's also something that's made me successful too. My guy, I'm always available. I'm not too big for anybody else and I never will be. I still have imposter syndrome all the time, right? Like I still don't, like I go to these trade shows, I go to these events and I don't realize that people really are there. Like they want to see me. And I'm like, I feel like I'm just a guy. I've only been doing this fucking 4 years, like 7 years I've been in HVAC. I'm not anybody special. I just work harder and I share more than everybody else. I literally give more than everybody else. I will give you all my trade secrets and I hope and pray that you could use them. But I know deep in my heart that most of these guys aren't going to put in the work that's necessary to make it a reality. No matter how much you teach them, how much I give them, they might take a little bit of it, but they're not going to be able to operate on a high level day in and day out, 7 days a week like I do, and be able to get where they want to go. It's facts. And that people are like, well, you're going to share everything? Yeah, I can give you the fucking key, but that doesn't know how you drive the damn car. Well,
yeah, you know how it is. I mean, how many times you, like, even like your event, you go there and you have all these people, tons and tons of knowledge. They learn all this stuff, but they come back and they never implement a fucking thing. So, yeah, I mean,
I think that's the biggest thing is implementation is going to be the key to success, right? Like how quickly can you take something that works and implement it? And I think that's if you ask the best guys in the country, the best guys that's ever done it, they're implementers. They do it. They don't have to hear you twice. If there's something successful, they know it's going to work. They don't wait. It's boom. That's how I do it now. My old way might have been good. That way's better. And that's how I do it now, period.
No. And when you said you go to events and stuff like that and people see you, yeah, I feel the same way, but at least you've like built businesses and apps. Like I just put a microphone in front of me and people are like, oh my God, it's Gil. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I am nobody. I'm no one. You know, I ain't done shit.
No, man. No, but you did do something, right? You grabbed your balls and you said, I'm going to put myself in front of 30,000, 40,000 people every week. And I'm going to be consistent, which most people are not consistent in anything they do. I'm going to be consistent. And then I'm also going to bring people on. You're not bringing on people that don't bring value. You're bringing on people that bring value that are going to help other people. If they listen and they actually implement, they're going to help change their life, change their business, change how much money they make. So don't say you haven't done anything because it's not true. A lot of people will never, ever be able to be as committed as you are to what you do, to providing what you do every week in and week out. So you have done a lot, man. And I, like I said, I met you the one time in person, and like I said, instantly, like I can tell you're real, and that's the big thing with me, man. Like when you guys do a meeting, when you guys come to Vegas, I know you guys are all going to want to come. So come to Vegas, you're going to find out like I'm real as shit. I'll talk to every single one of you. Everybody's important. Everybody matters. And even if you're, my favorite people are the people that ask questions. The more questions you ask me, the more engaged I am with you, because that means you're actually willing to probably implement that stuff because you really want to know. A lot of guys are so scared to ask. Dude, it's like my dad always told me, if you hesitate, you masturbate, right? Like you don't go talk to that girl tonight, you're going to be masturbating tonight. So like if you don't go up and ask those questions, you're going to keep having the same questions year after year after year, and you're never going to get the answer because you don't have the balls to ask.
No, that's true. And thank you, man. I appreciate that, Victor. I really do, especially coming from you, man. I definitely meeting you and talking to you and having that friendship, dude, has really meant the world to me, because that's a valuable asset. Like I tell people, like, because of the fact that I've done this, like when they ask me questions, I don't know the answers, and I won't say that I do, but I've been able to build relationships with people like you and others that if they ask me some hard question, it's like, hey, I don't know, but guess what? I know people who do,
Yeah.
So it's
no 100%, man. Well, like I said, I'm running out of time. My phone died, so my wife doesn't know I'm still here. She's probably like, what the hell? Where's he at?
Yeah, no, it's fine. We went like way past an hour, bro. So I was going to say we could start to run this.
My phone died? Yeah, I'm going to tell my brother to text my wife that my phone died. My phone died like an hour ago, and she's probably like, where the hell is he?
Well, tell Michael to hit me up too, man. Get him to come on the show one time.
Yeah, Michael would love to be on the show, man. My brother, he has the side that I don't have. He's patient. He's willing to learn. Like, that's the difference between my coaching style and his, is that like, I'm like, boom. He's like, hey, let's slow down. Let's take our time. And my brother's been great since, dude, I brought him back into my business full time. My brother was my first employee at Absolute Airflow. And then he left and he was working on oil refinery and stuff like that for a little bit. And then when my dad passed away last year, I said, hey, come work for me at Hero. I'm going to pay you kind of what you're getting paid now. And we're going to build this app together. So he came on full time to Hero, helped me build the app. And then, about 2 months ago, I said, hey, the app we've kind of built that out. I really need someone to help me build Absolute. I need someone to help me train my guys. I need someone that's going to be consistent, because, I'm still all over the place, right? Like I still got a million things. I need someone that's going to be day in and day out consistent. That's going to help me grow my business. So now he's training all my green techs, the guys that we're finding as bartenders and bartenders, or we're finding them from random places. They're coming in. He's teaching them from scratch how to do HVAC, and it's been a huge benefit to my business.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I'm glad you can do that, especially to be close with your brother and stuff like that. And I hope to finally meet him. No, he was there when we were down there, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah, so I thought I got to meet him. But I know you got to go. I know you got to go, man. Thank you so much for coming on, Vic. I appreciate what you do, man, for me, for the industry, and the fact that you keep doing it, the fact that you do keep it real. You're always welcome here, man. You hit me up. We'll make this shit happen. Other people can get bumped or wait. You know how it works.
Yes, sir. Hey, anybody out there listening, like I said, if you guys want to follow me on social media, you follow me on Facebook, Instagram, you guys want to reach out, Messenger, I'm always open. Come out to my event. Like I said, servicerocketnetwork.com. If you guys are listening to this, you guys want $250 off of you can get $250 off the party pass or off the VIP pass. I don't know if they'll be available by the time this goes live. But if you want a discount, message me directly. I'll give you a discount. I can't discount the general admission because I have to sell it at that price, or it's not worth the time. But if you guys want to come, let me know. I'll hook you guys up. If you're a technician, you want to get better being a technician or a sales guy, this is the event you're going to want to be at. If you're a business owner, you want to become a better operator, you want to be around people that are high level and successful, you're going to want to be there. And if you just want to have a good time and let loose after a hard ass summer, because we all work way too hard, I want to make sure, that's why I throw it a big party, because we worked our dicks off all summer long. Come October, we get a little bit of break. Let's throw a big ass party, have a lot of fun, do shit you've never done before, and have a good time. So Gil, thanks again for having me on, man. I hope I see you in October. If I don't see you, I'm going to send you pictures of telling you how much you missed out on. So
I know you will. I'm going to try to figure it the fuck out, dude. I promise you. I'm going to try to figure it the fuck out.
All right, brother. You have a good rest of your night. Everybody, peace out, man. Hey, go make some fucking money. It's just the best time of year to make money. Put the women and children to bed, and let's go get some fucking cash.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, my man. See ya. All right, guys, man. I always love it when Vic comes on, man, because you saw it. The guy, he's just a real ass motherfucker, man. And I've been fortunate enough to be able to become friends with Vic over the last couple of years, and coming on the podcast and going to see his operation and stuff like that. He's a valuable asset to have as a friend, somebody that I can ask a tough question. And I know that he's gonna shoot it straight. He's not gonna bullshit me. He's going to be like, no, that's fucking stupid. Don't do that. You're an idiot. Or no, do it this way and stuff like that. So thank you to that coming on. Yeah, definitely go check out his stuff. His, the Service Hero app, which I've been talking about for several months since it came out, is an amazing resource to have to teach you those little things, technical communication to the customer. It's, having that resource in your pocket. To be honest, between the Service Hero app and the Bluon app, having those two in your pocket is it's pretty fucking amazing, a resource that is invaluable. It really is invaluable. So thank you guys for coming out live, man. I have special shows. I got a bunch of awesome shows coming up where I'm going to be doing multiple shows a week. Once I stop doing these special episodes, I'm going to have another show during the week, but it's just going to be a live stream where it's going to be just me taking in different callers. I got some things that I'm going to do. I had tried the Discord stuff once. Well, it really wasn't me. Chris from HVACR Videos and Adam and all the guys at Overtime, they're the ones who came up with the idea, not me. And then I kind of hopped in, but I have an idea of something that I want to do with that. So I'm thinking that I may, try something to do with these little streams to try to get out and do more stuff. Cause I miss the hangouts where we all get out there. I want to have ones where, Tersh comes on, where it's not just a podcast, but we're just sitting around bullshitting with people. People can ask questions and get answers, whether it's technical or whatever. Ryan can come on and a bunch of us, and just people can be on here and ask us real questions, whether it's technical, it's about business, whatever, and just shoot the shit, be relaxed, have fun. And that's going to be fun. So thank you, Tersh. I appreciate you, buddy. I feel the same way about you, my man. So thank you guys for coming and watching the show live tonight. Follow that link if you want to go to that Service Rocket event. I want to try to do that because it is it's going to be awesome. The one last time Tersh was there, people said it was fucking amazing. So I can only imagine what this one's going to be like. So I may need to find a way to be there. If you guys are interested, want to do that I still have that on the screen. www.servicerocketnetwork.com /Service Rocket Growth Summit. Go check that out. And you search Victor Rancour on all his social media sites. You'll find him. It's funny. I meant to tell Victor when I was trying to find a picture of him to use for the thumbnail. One of the top searches was Victor Rancour's net worth. So that's pretty funny. You've made it when other people are searching what your net worth is. I want to search myself and people are saying that. So could you all go search Gil KV Jr.'s net worth? So when I look on Google, people think I'm like important and shit. That'd be pretty awesome. Anyway, thank you guys. Thank you to all my sponsors. Once again, Chiirp, amazing. Go check them out. You guys know the deal. 50% off your first 3 months. CompanyCam, free 14-day trial. 50% off your first 2 months. Yellow Jacket, making amazing fucking tools as they've been for 70 fucking years and going, making them right here in the fucking US of A, not in China, Mexico, like these other fucking places. And then last but certainly not least is going to be Bluon. Like I said, so many huge things. Go become a Bluon Pro member. I can't keep saying it enough. So many things to give away. Klein meters. I got a box in today. Klein meters. A bunch of these things. Our whole team has them. I got a bunch of these. Klein meters. Yellow Jacket stuff. Bluon's things. They gave me a bunch of these little things to give away, which are actually awesome. All kinds of stuff to give away. All you have to do is go be a Bluon Pro member, which costs you nothing. So please go do that. I want all of you to be able to win this free cool shit. All right. Yes, guys, remember, be safe out there. We all got to make it home the same way we left. We all got somebody to make it home to. Do the little things. Set yourself apart from the next guy. All right. Put in the fucking work. You just heard Victor. Put in the fucking work. All right. Don't keep bitching about what you don't have unless you tried to change to go get it. You're trying to learn to make yourself better. All right. There's so many things out there for you guys to make yourself better. If you don't, it's on you. It's not on anybody else. All right. What I was saying is a bunch of amazing shows coming up. One of the best technical YouTube channels out there, as far as I'm concerned, Mr. Craig Magliaccio. The YouTube channel AC Service Tech is going to be here with me next week. Right now, we're scheduled for 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. July 4th. We might change that because it's July 4th, even though I don't really have any plans, so I might keep it. But if not, it will be next week. I have him coming up, a bunch of other amazing shows. So please come support it. I would really appreciate to see all you here. it would definitely be amazing. All right. Thank you for the long show tonight. I know it took longer than it normally does. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate your support. And thank you to all of you who watch these live shows and then you go ahead and download the audio podcast as well. The audio podcast is doing better than it's ever done. It's amazing that, almost, 100,000 plus people are listening to this audio podcast. I can't believe it. I'm not saying that like, look at me. I'm saying that in disbelief that I can't believe that many people listen to this. The Bluon episode absolutely fucking exploded. And it is, which it should because of what they're known for. But yeah, it's amazing. And thank you guys. I can't tell you how much that I appreciate you. And let's set that up, Tersh. I like that, like fireside chat. Let's do that, man. Like me, you, Josh, Ryan, get somebody else on. We'll just promote it and we can just go back and forth between your channel, our channel, whatever, man. And just help people have a good time. Maybe drink a few beers, even though I have stuff in my Bluon bottle. Don't tell Mr. Pete from Bluon. It's like he wouldn't care. I know Mr. Pete wouldn't care. Oh, yeah. Rookie in the concoction last night. It's Snapple Apple with this apple vodka in it. My wife made it for me. It didn't taste like it was alcoholic, but goddamn, I slept good last night. So I'm not a big drinker, but, something just to take the edge off sometimes. It's good. Been stressful. Been a lot between baseball, podcast, work. So taking a little drink off. But anyway, Christ, I keep talking. I said I was going to end this like fucking an hour ago. I love you guys. Have a good fucking night. I'm going to put this up here. I'm going blank. Goodbye. I love you.
Thanks for listening to the HVAC Uncensored Podcast. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Instagram or email us anytime at HVACuncensored@gmail.com. Now,
You're
get
the
back
best
to work.
fucking
Shut this
podcast
down.
supporters ever.
Shared on the HVAC Uncensored
So,
Podcast.
I will see you guys next week. You better fucking be there, okay? Please be there, okay?
Shut up, bitch.
Fuck you, asshole.
You wanna go on
Let me stop. All right. Have a good night, guys. Appreciate you guys. I love you, motherfuckers. Until next week, I'll talk at you later.